We have a lot we could cover, but I'll tell you, it's just been crazy. And I'm down 10 pounds.
Wow.
Ten
Wow!
pounds. I just weighed myself again. I was like, holy moly.
Oh
But
my goodness.
yeah, I was at a big dinner for last night and they had cakes and pies and cookies, and I didn't have one.
Oh,
I didn't
goody.
Wow.
have any desire to have anything. Zero.
Amazing.
I had
How much are you
Brussels
down,
sprouts.
Cindy?
Over 10 pounds. It's 10 pounds.
Oh my
10
gosh.
pounds. I could literally tell in my arms and I could tell in my chin. I was like, holy moly, this is crazy.
Has
When you
anybody's GLP-3 shipped yet?
yes,
Oh,
it's coming, you guys. Just gotta hang on tight.
I'm waiting.
All right.
Well, congratulations, Cindy. You're co-host now, so go ahead, take it away.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, one of the things I want to tell you is first of all, the product works. You're talking to somebody who's lost like Mark, we've lost over 1,000 pounds and we've gained it back. But I can tell you, I've been on the drops now since actually the morning that we launched because Daniel Piku gave me a bottle. And I can tell you that you are not hungry. You don't crave. I just have none of the food cravings that I had before. I don't even pick. They had a big basket of French fries next to me last night. I didn't have one. They had chocolate cake. I didn't have a bite. They had cookies. I didn't have one. But I sat there thinking, wow, this is crazy. And so basically, that's one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about. Every one of you guys has a list, and I'm not looking for just fat people. Okay, I'm looking for people right now that just want to get healthy. 15 to 50 pounds is what you're looking at. And if you think about all the ways that you can help people with a benefit product that could change the course of their life. And somebody said, does that mean, Cindy, we can't ever go out to eat again? And I said, oh my goodness, no. I said, all it means is that you're going to make better choices. And that's where a lot of us go into that pick mode. But I can tell you, I don't think about food. And you're talking about somebody who was having breakfast and we were already wondering where we were going to lunch. And golly gee, I better get dinner ready, because I got to feed the guys. And so when you're not thinking about food, you're not even thinking about going shopping. And anybody who knows me knows I hate to shop. But here's the biggest part. I've been working since pretty much the day we got the information on the GLP-3. I have 61 people. I have been in 13 states on conversations with people that have never really wanted to try anything that said, get me on the list. And I said, do you want 3? You want 2? You want 1? And so all the ones that decided they wanted 3, I just got them registered with some of the distributors, even in my business. This is the time when not only can you grow your frontline business, you guys, because I had such a large business with my other business, I was able to pull in some of those distributors that had not ever bought anything since the day we started and got them to place orders. And so that's a big deal. When you have people that have been sitting around for a year, 2 years, or have been with another company and never had the opportunity to have something like this. And then for me to be able to just tell them my daily testimony, I said, you guys, you know me. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. You guys have sat with me. You understand that overeating is a problem. But when you're not thinking about food and you're thinking about others, I said, that's the biggest conquest that I can see in this product is the fact that I'm not thinking about food. I mean, seriously, my daughter's like amazed. And so the biggest thing that I've done is I've created that list. I have over 900, you guys, I pulled out every list that I've ever had. I pulled out every journal that I've ever had. I went back 10 years. I don't throw anything away. I say in my office, there's millions of dollars sitting in my office. Why? Because I have all of my old calendars. I have all of my old journals. I have all of my all of my meetings that I used to go to, and I would have everybody check in when they came in, pulling out those lists and just adding and adding and adding. If you don't have time to rewrite them, you guys just tuck them in to your last list. Just keep adding them to the list. You can spend an hour making everything look pretty, or you can spend an hour making 30 calls. You decide. Don't waste your time, because I guarantee you with this product, you don't have time to waste. I sat down and categorically looked at the way I used to build my business. For every single distribution location, you need 50 people. Okay. So we used to do it, and that was based on some of the big guys telling us you find 50 people in a location, and you find one person that wants to kind of build in that area. Okay. And you start letting them know that, hey, I called you first for a reason. I called you because I know that you could lead and help these other people. All of a sudden, I have people that are like, who else did you call, Cindy? And I said, no, I called you first. And I said, do you want to know why I called you first? I said, because I care about you. I said, so many people have been hurt in this industry with products, and they've been hurt in this industry with the financials that they were promised, and it never came to fruition because a lot of those comp plans did not work. Okay. They just didn't work. And I said, with this one, you guys get paid to help people succeed. You do. So if you sit down and one of the girls that called me yesterday from Bakersfield, she said, how many people are doing this in Bakersfield, Cindy? I said, to be very honest, I don't know of any yet. And that's the truth. I don't know of anybody that's successfully building the business yet, because we're so new in what it is that we have to offer. Okay. Do we have any 3-stars there? Do we have any 3-stars? And I said, until you become a 3-star, you're not done yet. Okay. And our goal is to help you get to 3-star as fast as possible, utilizing what we have right now with our $200 packs and our $1,000 packs, because you cannot build a business that sells itself like this for under $1,500. And if you guys know that in order to be able to buy, you have to be a brand ambassador with 100 CV to buy that extra $1,000 pack. So I'm signing them up for the $200 pack for their personal use as a brand ambassador for $1, and then a $1,000 pack for their business. So you have the opportunity to make sure that some of the girls that bought the $1,000 packs yesterday, we're having a huge event. We're actually having 5 events before the 31st. Some of them are going to be breakfast meetups. Some of them are going to be luncheons. Some of them are, we actually have the girls are going to go on a stroll, and they're going to be hitting every single salon within a 20-mile radius. Beauty salon. Why? You guys have people sitting in those seats, okay? And if I could put a little card up on the counter that has your QR code on it, I've got GLP-1, which we have GLP-3, and I can show them how to make that extra money, that retail money, and all they've got to do is go up and have them scan that code, scan that code, scan that code. Posters in brick and mortar windows, scan that code. All they got to do is, I remember with a previous company that I had it in the back window of my car. People were chasing me off the freeway, scared me to death. I thought I had a flat tire, and this guy's just trying to buy products from me, and he's pushing me off the off ramp. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I thought, oh, I have a flat tire. And then I thought it was but I'm telling you, the minute you get that information out there and you get people to understand that, we have it, we have, not only do we have it, but we have the best product that they will ever get on the market that's going to do exactly what it says it's going to do, and they can benefit from it. So I have people that want to lose 20 pounds. I have people that want to lose 150 pounds. I have a husband and wife that, you guys, a lot of these people are getting their Ozempic cut off, and they're having to pay $600 and $700 a month now for their product. They love the results, but guess what? They don't got the money. Okay. If I can show you the money, and I can show you how to get those products and then benefit from them, and then start helping your neighbors and your friends. And then I tell you, okay, we're going to go through this list. How many of you guys spend 10, 15 minutes with one person on a call? No. Okay. Hi, Carol, this is Cindy. You told me that if I ever came across something that was a big deal, that I should give you a call. I have a call going on today at 12 o'clock. Do you want me to send you the information? Hey, Bill, this is Cindy. I have something you need to take a look at. You said if I ever came across something, would you give me a call? I have something going on at noon today. I would love for you to get on. It's about 15 minutes. It's basically going to give you a quick overview, and then we'll see if you want to do anything after that. Hey, George, this is Cindy. You guys, that's how fast your call should be. You don't need to know about everything that's going on. I was able to do 31 calls, okay, in less than 40 minutes. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't say, "Hey, guess you guys, oh my gosh, we've got it." Okay, we've got it, you guys. You just got to know how fast you got to get it out there so other people know you've got it and that they want it. I have people that have called me from Nebraska, Colorado, Tennessee, I said, is it Mississippi and Tennessee? And somebody goes, Cindy. I said, I don't even know my states anymore, you guys. I'm laughing. I had to get my book out and start looking at all the different locations. And what I said was, how would you like to be the first one with this product in your community? And I said, we start sending as many of your locals to you to purchase it. How many of you guys have at least 30 to 45 bottles already ordered? If you don't, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Find the money, find your downline that has money to invest and help them jump over the hoops to get to that next level that they need to get at. You will not have enough product fast enough. I was sharing with what I had done with the previous company, and the owner of the company called me and said, "Oh my God, Cindy, why didn't you call me?" And I said, "For what?" She goes, "You just ran us out of product." And I said, "Oh, well, you didn't tell me we were close to running out of product." She said, "I sold 1,000 boxes of a little tiny sizzle stick." Okay, it was called a skinny stick. And I said, anything that has to do with weight loss or appetite suppressant or people thinking they're going to get skinny, they want it. Okay. And we sold 1,000 boxes with our team in 1 month, 30 days. Okay. It takes time, you guys, to get more products. And it takes time when you have a 5 to 7 day window to get your product into your own backyard. Now, I already have people that have prepaid for their products and they're on the list and they want to know that the minute that product comes in that I can check them off and they're already done. It's a done deal. And I've actually got 2 more orders for the $1,000 going in today. Most of my team was able to place $1,000 order. Why? Because it was going to help benefit them. Now, here's the deal. If I go into a place and I have 7 of my distributors show up, am I going to be the piggy wiggy and take every single one of those sales, even though a lot of those people are coming to support me? No, I'm going to let somebody that shows up, that helps set up, sell them a bottle of the GLP. If they decide to become a distributor, then you know where you're going to start placing people. This is a binary. We're going to go left and we're going to go right. So you know you're going to put them in a place where it's going to benefit you. And if you're going to make a run for the next level, you guys got to know where that power up volume is going to be the biggest bang for the buck. And I'm telling you, I never thought they were going to do power up volume again. It's not that I need it because I have so much volume. Okay. But the key is that my team doesn't. And when you sit down and you talk to somebody that says, Cindy, I really want to make this work. What do I do? How do I do it? Give them the real opportunity to say, first of all, you contact all of your friends. You've never done this before, right? You've contacted your friends. You've contacted your family. You've contacted all the business people. I literally have 7 businesses, brick and mortar, that are going to let me put my big posters in the window. You think anybody walking by a window in a little area that says GLP-3? I've got GLP-3. And then they scan my code and they can actually start placing orders. I'm giving them referral bonuses. Okay. I send a lot of money to those businesses. I support those businesses. I promote those businesses. And the minute I walked into the yogurt shop and I said, look, this is what I need to do. Now I have one of my distributors in my downline, and she had her son working there. Now, do I have to personally sign her up? No, I can sponsor her into my organization where it's needed for the people that are working and that really haven't seen all the benefits of what you can really do in this industry when you lock arms and work together. Okay. And like I said, there's so much. I want you guys to do this. I did this yesterday. I did a 5-mile radius, I did a 10-mile radius, and I did a 300-mile radius. I have over 17 million people to glean from. Do you think that if for every 50 people, I could find a distribution location in any one of those towns, and if I said, here's the deal, I'm coming into Bakersfield, I'm coming into Fresno, I'm coming into Tulare, Visalia, Hanford, I'm coming into Santa Barbara, I'm coming into Ventura, okay, and you're going to be the first one in the area to go ahead and lock and load and get this product moving. Would you be interested in at least taking a look? Okay, who hasn't heard about GLP-1? Who hasn't wanted it and couldn't afford it? Who hasn't had to do the jab and then, gosh, said, please, God, I hope there's not a lot of bad side effects to this product. Okay. But I want to be skinny. And I said, people are dying to be skinny, you guys. People are dying to have that, that whatever it is at any age. And some of the people that have been calling me are in their 30s, some are in their 50s, some are in their 70s. It doesn't matter. It matters to them. And what matters to them is they're seeing it everywhere. Okay. And so when I did my little radius thing and I started looking at all my locations of people that I had been in business before in those locations, I had over 35 people that I could call just in those locations that were within 25 miles from me. 25 miles, doctors, salons, sun tanning booths. It didn't matter. Brick and mortars, a print shop. And I said, I do my printing there. Can I put my stuff in the window? I buy my yogurt there. Can I put my stuff in the window? Okay. I support you and I send you a lot of business. I said, I'm looking for a location to put my stuff. And, or if you'd like to make a little bit of extra money, I can show you how to do that too. I said, I'm going to have a sizzle call and you guys, I'm going to tell you something. Okay. We used to do 3 to 5 sizzle calls a day. Okay. And a sizzle call was basically what you guys do on a mini Zoom. And basically you're taking that same information and you're saying it over and over and over again. And we followed the guidelines, and it didn't matter if Cindy Maddux was talking. It didn't matter if Adrian was talking. It didn't matter if one of my brand new distributors was talking. You know why? Because the minute you start handing that torch to the next person, it's time for them to step up. Okay. And we made them because they were following that script. This is what we've got. This is how we're doing it. We'd like for you to partake. We had a somebody that did literally a 1-minute intro and then introduced the speaker, and boom, then we were on. Then we said, I sat in the middle of the parking lot at the Children's Hospital when I was with my daughter, with our grandson. And I sat there and I said, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this call. And then I just sat there thinking about all the people that I had just met and all the grandmothers and all those people that were there at that hospital needing more information about good nutrition. How many of those young moms that didn't have good nutrition? And we had preemie babies. We had all these infant disorders that were going on. And you guys know we have a product called, has Etranel, and it has glutathione. Okay. My grandbaby was the 71st baby in the world born with the lack of glutathione in his body, and he didn't live. Okay. He lived for almost 5 weeks. Okay. And we prayed every day, and we went in and I told them, try this, please try this. And they thought I thought I was a doctor or a nurse. And I just kept getting information from people that I knew that could give me information, like Dr. Goobler and Dr. Joe Chang and all these people. And we researched the world. And you know what? All I know is that when people say, I can't afford that product, you can't afford to be without it. Mike and I take it twice a day. Somebody says, oh my gosh, and I said, you guys, if you don't invest in you, I said, nobody else will. I said, I've gone to funerals where millions of dollars, I said, were put in the ground. And I said, they were wasted. Those people didn't use the money to help save themselves. I said, it's time to put the life jacket on and go out there and keep handing it to other people. You guys, this is an opportunity that I've never seen before. Honestly. And I've been in this industry for 47 years. I'm one of the old people. There isn't one of those best speakers in the world that I haven't either sat in or been to or heard of or listened to those CDs 24/7. You have got to get down what it is that you want to say to people, and you've got to make sure Okay, that you don't have to be Adrian and George and Cindy and any of those people. You have to start talking from your heart, and you have to let people know, okay, I've got what you need, I've got what you want, and I've got something that can change the direction and course of your family. If you can't afford these things, this is a way for you to show them how to do it. And when I say 50 people in any area, and you find somebody that can be a distributor for 3 International, you guys, the world is ours. And you think about that. You start thinking about going into the next town. Get out of your hot seat at home and go into the next town. Have your cards ready, have your speech ready, walk in. I went to the bank yesterday. Oh my gosh. I went to the bank and I said, I need you guys to, somebody had tried to steal money out of my account. So I had to get a new card. And I said, put the money in. Can I use it today? I need to make some orders. And the girl said, what are you buying, Cindy? And I said, oh, wouldn't you like to know? And I said, have you ever heard about GLP-1? GLP. I said, I've got GLP-3. So first they thought it was better than GLP-1. And I said, it is. And I said, you want to know why? Now I got the girls all those little bays right there. The first one said, wait, you started talking to me first. And I said, yeah, I can get you a bottle. Do you want a bottle? And she goes, well, how much is it? And I said, oh, it's $1,000. She goes, $1,000. And I said, oh, I'm just kidding. I said, it's under 100. I said, she goes, well, I've been using Ozempic. And she goes, I'm not liking the way I feel. She goes, do you think I could talk to my doctor? And I said, funny, you should ask. I said, that's a conversation that we just had over the weekend. If you guys have people that are utilizing the shot, the jab, whatever you want to call it, they're utilizing that. And then all of a sudden, guess what? You have something better. You have something that has nothing but great side effects. I said, what if you didn't lose your hair? And the only reason why I looked at her hair, it was because my daughter had lost 1/3 of hers because she did all of that stuff. And I said, look, here's the deal. I said, it has good side effects, not bad ones. How many of you guys have lost a lot of muscle? She goes, honey, she goes, I have a hard time sitting. That's why I'm sitting now. She goes, I think it affected my bones. And I said, well, I can't tell you what it has done or not done, but I'm going to tell you something. If you're interested, she goes, here's my card. And then the other girl leans over and says, can I give you mine? And I said, well, I'm going to get her. She goes, no. I want you to send it to me. And so I sent to 3 of the bank tellers and I got 2 orders on the spot. On the spot. And they said, when's it coming in? And I go, well, I said, you guys are not on the first list. You're on the 3rd list. Oh, Cindy, come on, you can move us up, right? And I started laughing and I said, I don't know if you can put more money in my bank account. That would work. And they started laughing because that's me. I always having fun with people. But the key is that it doesn't matter where you're at. Okay. The farmer's market was right across the street. And she said, hey, Cindy, do you need any money for the farmer's market? And I said, maybe. And so all of a sudden I kept thinking about Fotine's been doing the farmer's market. And you guys have so many places to go to an au naturel product place where people are looking for things that work and that don't have all those side effects. We have it. We have it. It's called GLP-3. Okay, and you can add all the T's, Q's, R's, and S's. It doesn't matter. But the key is that you're talking to everyone. Every one of you should be able to get to a list of at least 25 people today. You don't have time to waste. And if you have that 1 hour, okay, that 19 hours that Antoinette talked about, if you have that 1 hour a day that you can invest in your business, you're going to get to as many people as possible. You're not going to just keep texting every single person. I'm of the old school that belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball will also work. Okay. Now you can get to some people faster, but I'm going to tell you something. I've gotten order after order after order after order, utilizing what you guys have already done. Okay. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm not so good, but cut and paste works for me. It has for over 40 plus years. Okay. So if something's working, I want you guys to use it. And if something sounds good it says, this sounds too good to be true. And I said, have you ever known me to lie to you? Okay. Cindy wouldn't lie to you. And I said, I want you to be healthy. And I said, not only do I want you to be healthy, but I want to show you how to pay for this. And I said, because if I can show you how to pay for this, you're going to pay for somebody else in your family. And we're going to pay this forward and we're going to pay it forward and we're going to pay it forward to as many people as possible. So just know, you guys, that we have the opportunity with the product that literally you think about how many people in your backyard. Okay. And if you have a population like I do, Okay. I mean, Santa Barbara is an hour and a half away from me. Goleta, Ventura, LA has 10 million in just the suburb, 10,324,000 people as of this morning. Okay. Then we have the Salinas Valley, 950,000 people. Then we have this San Luis Obispo County. We have 242 people in my backyard. 1,000. Okay. We're not talking hundreds, thousands of people. So think about all those different places, all those places. If you spend money anywhere, you go there first. Okay. I used to go to the gas station. I'd say, hey, I need to talk to you. And they'd laugh. And the one guy comes out and I had a thing on the back of my window. And he goes, does that stuff really work? And I said, well, I wouldn't have it on my window trying to show people if it didn't. So just be honest with people, but also have fun. And I said, so the key is that make sure you have 50 applications ready to go. Okay. I'm still old school. I sat down and started filling out applications yesterday and had part of my team placing orders and putting them in for their own people as well as my people. Why? Because I don't have as much time to spend on the computer, but I have time to talk. I have one of my girls right now that is going to be going to another salon today, and I have another one that's going to 3 different salons today. In our area, you guys, we have over 1,300 hair salons, nail salons, and tanning salons. Okay. Now, if I could show you how to get off your feet 10 years earlier, would you be interested? Because most of my girls that I've known for plus 40 years that have been in that industry, the ones that are still here, the ones that are still with us, can't retire. They're still doing it part-time. I need to be able to show people how to get the job done and then enjoy the life that they have left to live. And I tell people, I'm going to be 70 next year. We're running out of runway, you guys. There's a lot of people just like me. I said, my grandma's lived into their later 80s and my mom's 89 tomorrow. Okay. I said, if you're running out of runway like I am, you want to enjoy your family, your children, your grandchildren, your husbands, your friends, whoever they are. You want to make sure that you do and enjoy life, because like I said, I live in paradise. Everything I have, Mike and I own. It's not like I have to get up and go to work every single day. It's because I want to. It's not because I have to. Okay. And there's a difference, because if you get up and you do what I call God's work every day, then you get to go out and help people. And there are going to be people right now that need you. And I was in a room last night with 50 women and men, and able to help this woman. And in literally, you guys, in 3.5 hours, we raised $5,500. You guys, there are people out there hurting. They need us and they need you. And you have to remember that when you get up and you're scared to make those calls, just remember they need you as much as you need them. So I think I'm done. Adrienne.
Amazing, Cindy.
That was great,
Oh, hi,
Cindy.
George. I didn't see you. I'm sorry. I didn't get to see anybody.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome job, Cindy.
okay,
Yes,
good.
amazing.
You guys.
Amazing. And what you're saying that, it's funny because you're talking about old fashion. Old fashion
Yeah. Network
is,
marketing. Yeah.
yeah, it's network marketing. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
my camera is not on. I just realized that.
I can't see you, George, but I love you.
Okay. Now yeah, but what you're saying is amazing. It's to connect people, right? Numbers people, and
Yeah.
but the most important, and all of you notice, is the excitement and the enthusiasm. And talking and telling the things the way that they are, because it's a reality. We have something that is very unique. It's something that, and like I said in the call last night, we have a great call. We have about 50 people last night. It's totally different what we ever had before in network marketing. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating. I've been in this for more than 30 years, and I have never had a product that we can compare
Yes.
very clearly against a
Yes.
competition, and there's the evil empire, that's the medication pharmaceutical line, but something that can compete with them, and we clearly had the proof. We have approved something that work with the GLP-1 like the medication, but without the side effects, and it's having the results. That's why we had to share all this with everybody. Our price is at least 1/3 the price of the medication. You don't have to inject it. Somebody said to me, "Oh, I don't like the flavor." Well, you can put it in a syringe and inject it if you want to do that. But that's what you can do. But anyway, seriously, thank you very much. Anybody has any comments?
No, I was just gonna say, Cindy, I took so many notes. I texted 20 people,
Yay.
copy paste while you were doing that.
Okay.
Thanks for being an example of this. Thank you for your wisdom and your words in this industry. Honestly, I'm going to send this call out to the entire team. I hope everybody really comes back and watches it, because you just put the marketing back into my network marketing business. And that's the most important thing that anybody could do today. So thank you so much, Cindy. You're a rock star.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Go out in your community, and you guys you're giving back like you've never been able to give before. Honest to Pete, you literally, like I said, people get up every single day and pray for that miracle. They pray for something that's going to give them change. And I said, you are that. You are that. And just know that, you guys, that you have so much to give. And yet somebody says, "Oh my gosh, Cindy, it can't, is it that easy?" And I said, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is. Cindy, can I say something? Cindy, remember me? I was able to sit down with you at La Cabrona and restaurant and talk. And I told you that I had one person in my chicken list. He just joined.
Yeah.
Our
Good
coach.
deal. Good deal. That's
I got in
awesome.
late. I got in late right now into the huddle because I was signing them up with two
Awesome.
packs. Yeah,
That's
two
a
different
reason.
packs. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
Cindy,
You
somebody was
inspired
asking
me.
if you could copy and paste into the chat.
Okay. I don't know if I can do that, but I'll find somebody in my
Okay.
group that can.
Okay, or put it in the Legacy Makers WhatsApp group.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
Gotcha. All
Okay,
right.
anybody
Thank you,
else have
Cindy. You're
anything they want to
amazing.
share?
Okay, guys. Okay, we're going to go see our
All right.
granddaughter. She's here from Oregon. She's our adopted granddaughter.
Oh, that's
And I'm going to go
wonderful.
sign up. I'm going to go sign up the restaurant that we go to.
All right, you guys have a beautiful day,
All right, you
everybody.
guys.
Go get
Awesome.
to work, and thank you
Good
so
job.
much, Cindy.
Oh, you're
Okay,
welcome.
we'll see you. Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.